Today we're going to be making baklava, which is a traditional Middle Eastern dessert. It can also be savory, but we're going to make it dessert forms. We're going to need a spatula, an offset spatula for help spreading that sauce around. Getting a knife, sharp knife. Gonna need a whisk, any size will do. Gonna need a nice ladle. This is a 120 gig Western Digital hard drive, more on that later. The last thing is a nice cordless power drill. We're also going to need 200 or 300 paper plates to serve everybody. So what you're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make the filling. And the first thing you need is some brown sugar. And so we're just going to go ahead and throw this. This is about a cup and a half of brown sugar just into a bowl. And you see, it's kind of solid in a chunk, so we're just going to go ahead and smash this. So you just want to smash this up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Sometimes for those tough jobs, just calls for a nice wine press. Just kind of get in here and really just work that in there. We don't really need the rest of that. So, this is what you have. You have brown sugar. And that's baklava. Okay, so now that we have our sugar nicely done and all chopped up, next thing we need is a binder. So I'm going to add some cornstarch to this. And you're going to need about a half cup cornstarch for savory things, because sweet things always need something savory to bring them out. And for that we use salt. Baked goods always get salt. So here we go. Alright, that's about enough salt there. And now for nice flavoring, this is honey balsamic, because baklava traditionally has honey. And so this orange blossom is going to add a nice zestiness, a nice fruitiness to it. So you're going to kind of sprinkle that loosely in there. Look at that. Oh, this just smells divine. Just divine. Alright, now for the next thing that we do, this is my secret ingredient. Sesame oil. There we go. That's expensive stuff, so don't use too much. We really want to stress this kind of savory sweet thing, so we're going to add some chicken base. Because why not? It just smells great. Okay, I'm going to clean up my hands here because I just touched raw chicken. Definitely always want to wash your hands after touching raw chicken. Alright, so now we have our base. This is our base. Let's get it all nice and mixed up here. Oh, look at that. That is basically the perfect filling that you want for this baklava. Oh man. I cannot wait to dig into this. So I'm a big proponent of spicing things up. And so what I want to do is, it's perfect. We have Tony Chachere's Cajun seasoning. You just sprinkle a little bit of that in there. A little bit of that. That's gonna be the factor where people are like, what is that? You're gonna tell them it's Tony Chachere's Cajun seasoning. Now to bring in that sweet, this is a little anise seed. It smells like licorice. And so you just want to add, oh, this isn't coming out because these are whole seeds. So I'm just going to take this knife, because that's what knives are for, and spill it. Just go ahead and add whole licorice seeds in there. It smells delicious. And now they're everywhere, which is fine. Just throw them on the ground. You can always sweep the ground. And for the last step, this one's for my one of my good friends. He loves black pepper. Black peppercorns. Alright, so the best way to mix this is get your hands dirty and really just mix that up. So now what we want to do, again, touching raw chicken, you want to go ahead and wash your hands off. Just a nice quick wash here. Hygiene, very important. So the next secret ingredient that I put in here adds a nice texture. It helps fluff up the kind of dish. This is microwavable instant grits. And you just kind of throw that in. Instant grits. Delicious as breakfast, delicious in baklava. That's what I always say. This is our filling. This is what goes in baklava. I don't know if you've ever had baklava, but this is it. Alright, so we're going to set this aside, because now I got to make a sauce for this. Up here I have a little bit of butter melting. Just right there, I'm just going to get that nice and whisked up. Now I also, again, I like a little spice. A little crushed red pepper. You also need some milk. About a quarter cup of milk. That's all it takes. Now, I love the color yellow. Little mustard. Little bit of yellow mustard goes a long way. Now, for the real seasoning, fire sauce from Taco Bell. Go to your Taco Bell, get yourself a bean burrito, get yourself a double decker, whatever it is. Fire sauce. Fire sauce. Look at this. Oh, this is good. You know what? We can even just throw in that old sugar here. Kind of get that nice sugar flavor out. All right, we're done with that. One more fire sauce should do this. Oh yeah, that tastes so good. A little spicy, really spicy actually. Just kind of bring that together nicely. See how easily that sauce comes together? And so, there's one last thing that goes in this. Just kind of brings it all together. Makes it taste really, really nice on top of this. It's peppercorn ranch dressing. And you want a lot of this. I'm pretty sure this is expired too. That makes it all better. It's aged, gets a nice little twang to it. Alright, so we're going to whisk this up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And as always, you want to taste for salt. You want to taste for salt. Salty, that's good. Alright, we want to heat this up. Keep that heating. That's actually set to 500 degrees. You do want it nice and hot. I want that like burned almost. You want that nice burned flavor. So now we need to assemble this baklava and bake it. So for that, we're going to have our oven turned on to broil. It's right here. It's on broil. See that? Alright, so we have the oven turned on, and now we're going to go to the freezer, because phyllo dough is the traditional base for this, I guess you would say. So let's see what we got. We don't have phyllo dough. We have some frozen Walmart tortillas. I can use those. Lasagna should be a nice substitute. I'm going to go ahead and take all this lasagna. Look at that. Beautiful. You just kind of want to break it up. Get it in this pan. Because this is layered, of course. Get a nice base layer down. The next step is you put this delicious... Oh, look at that. Look at how good that looks. Doesn't that look good? I cannot wait to eat this. Get another layer of this down. One more layer here. And then one more layer of noodles. Choose this one. Yeah, because that rustic looking, all broken up like that. Alright, so the next thing is we go ahead and pop that into our 500 degree or broiling, whichever one you have. If 500 isn't your highest, go higher. Set that in the oven. See that right there? Now that's going to bake for 5 hours. This is what baklava should be. Look at that. You've got this delicious dough, that filling. And let's not forget, beautiful sauce. And just drizzle that all over. Oh man. Now this actually isn't traditional. Baklava doesn't have sauce. It's sticky from honey that's actually in it. I go a more untraditional route. So, we have this beautiful, but it's a little bland looking, right? So the last thing I do, secret ingredient, emergency. Blue. It's gotta be blue. The flavor blue is delicious with this. Here's the thing that's awesome about this. It's got this nice vitamin C in it. It makes you feel better. This is a dessert that will make you feel better. And you just sprinkle it. Sprinkle it over. That's baklava. So that's a traditional baklava. Let me tell you, in my household, that really goes quick.